Not Bumblebee. Legally distinct converting robot that is not Bumblebee. So today for you guys, I have something a little unique. I went to the comic book store pretty recently, and they had a selection of some solid toys, some very overpriced toys. But they had this and a number of other things that I picked up. But I picked this up because I remember seeing it years and years and years ago. The CT-001 Skiff from Maas Toys. This is a legally distinct version of Bumblebee from Transformers: The War Within, which was a Dreamwave sort of like prequel comic book about the war on Cybertron, which has aged not fantastically. That's just due to the artwork, but you know, all artwork will age and it will deteriorate, but whatever. Point is, I picked this up and I wanted to do a review on it because I thought it was pretty interesting. So let's do it. Let's crank it open. All right, well, I've had this guy for about a day and a half, and I've decided after transforming him and playing with him and taking some photos, I don't like him. I don't like him. I'll tell you why I don't like him. I don't like him for a number of reasons. We'll get to that. I like to focus on things I like to start, but there's a lot I don't like. What I do like is that this is a Cybertronian mode of Bumblebee, and I like the Cybertronian modes. I'm a sucker for them. I love them. I bought 3 of the Seekers, and you can see one back there, and I bought the original Soundwave that just, from the War for Cybertron wave, which just turned into nothing. So I have him in his secret alt mode where he's the weird tower thing he transformed to in the first episode. Whatever, besides the point. Point is, I like Cybertronian alt modes. I think they're really cool. I think they're unique, so I like to get them. The only issue with them in a toy form is that typically the way a figure is supposed to work is that it transforms into a vehicle that you can recognize and a figure back. But for the Cybertronian alt modes, most of the time they're just ambiguous shapes, so you can't really do anything with them. Like the Tetrajets are meant to be pyramidic shapes, but in the War for Cybertron wave, they're not. As you can see, it's just like a triangle-ish thing. And this is another situation of it being just a UFO disc thing. He looks like Cosmos more than anything else. But that's what they're going for. I'm not going to begrudge them for that specifically. I will begrudge them for the fact that this is a bad toy. Now, why is it a bad toy? The reason it's a bad toy is because it feels very flimsy, number one. Holding it in your hands, it feels very cheap. Like it's a cheap plastic. And I know this isn't a knockoff. This is the actual one, but it feels like a knockoff. And I suppose technically it is. It's a third-party figure, whatever. But it's supposed to feel better than it does, and it doesn't. And the transformation itself is tedious, and it sucks, and it's all panely, and it's just, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. I do not like this. The Bumblebee back there, which you see next to him, is the one from the Earthrise wave, which, even though the fact that half of it is just sitting on his back and you have to put it on, like it doesn't transform, it feels better than that. Like that actually feels fun and intuitive. This does not. This is a hassle to transform, which is why I'm not going to transform it on camera, because if I do, I'm just going to get mad and annoyed. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick you up and place him back down in his robot mode, which admittedly does look a little bit better, at least from the front. But when you turn to the side, it's just, good Lord, it's just Backpack City. I mean, he might as well just be a turtle on its hind legs. Like, that's it. And you might notice he has a different face sculpt than you might have seen on some of the other ones. That's because I unscrewed the other face head and I put on this faceplate, which is more reminiscent of the G1 toy, which I'm a sucker for. I like toy accuracy, so that's why I put that on there. I do like that. That's something I do like. I want to clarify. I do like that because it's just a nice touch and I appreciate it. But beyond that, there's not much here I like, I'll be honest. When I first got it and I was first messing with it, I really did kind of enjoy it. I thought it was like a fun little, this is neat. It's a fun little, like a little throwback to like his first appearance, which actually this is not. This is based on the War Within comic book design, which it is accurate to mostly, but that's whatever. It's meant to be the G1. It's meant to homage it at least. But there's like some little things I like, and I'm like, oh, that's good. I appreciate that. That's well done. But then you get to the arms, and it's just like, well, what is this now? What is this? Why are your shoulders not connected to your shoulders? Why do they just flop around? Why is it that you have a giant like arm-mounted like shoulder pad thing that you can't take off or remove or modify in any way? What's with these weird shield things that are impossible to get in any position that actually looks decent? There's so much here that just doesn't work, and I don't like it. And I don't regret buying it because I'm going to make a video about it, but I do regret spending $30 on it. when I could have bought anything else from that store. Granted, everything there was overpriced, but I did feel like I was, I feel like I should have paid like maybe $15 for this. This does not feel worth the price of $30, which I'm fairly certain is what it is on most websites as well. So, I mean, good on them for sticking to the average price, but I feel like they had to because nobody else was going to buy it. But, ay, caramba. But no, this is just, nah. Now, this is meant to scale with any of your average, like, 2010-ish generations figures, because this figure is about, I want to say 7-ish years old now, but maybe a little older, a little younger, I'm not sure exactly, in that general ballpark. So if you have any figures from around that time, this will scale in pretty well. Now, for instance, I don't have any of them with me right now, because I can't remember where I put mine. I just moved recently, so I can remember where all my stuff is right now, but I do have some other things. Like, for instance, the Earthrise Optimus Prime, which, you know, it scales pretty well. Take it right there. Yeah, that's about the size that they should be. I mean, I don't know if there's any. I don't know if this company ever made any other like War Within toys. Because if they did, I don't have any. I know they made an alternate version of the Bumblebee figure. Oh, sorry, Skiff. I know they made an alternate version of Skiff, which looks like Goldbug. So I mean, there's that. But I don't know if they made anything else. I don't know much. I don't know much about the third party scene. I'm not big on it. I'm not knowledgeable on the thing. I know a couple of them, but not really a lot. I just know some of the ones that I've seen online. You know, your average like the big combiners, the one where they did the Hearts of Steel. Remember when they were trains? That was weird. But I don't know much about any of the figures that they've made. Moving Prime though. And of course bringing, ooh yes, sorry I couldn't resist. We have the Kingdom version of Dinosaur Megatron, which, look, I'll be honest, I just like showing him off because he's great. He's just the big dinosaur and I love it. But, you know, there he is there. Just wanted to show that off. Yes. And just for posterity, I'll bring in the Bumblebee a little closer. Now, these two are very different shades of yellow. The Earthrise one is almost orange, and I kind of like it more than the Kraft sliced cheese color of this Skiff toy. I think that the more deeper yellow looks better, but that's just me. It's all the personal interpretation. You like what you like. Put you back there, Bumblebee. Now, I don't have much else to say. I've said basically all my thoughts on this figure. Most of them not positive, but that's what I thought. That's how I feel. Do you want to see me talk about more of these Transformers figures? Because I will. I'm not afraid to. I like Transformers. I like Transformers a lot. And I would be more than happy to make reviews on some figures that I actually do like. Like, for instance, that Bumblebee, or that Earthrise Optimus, or anything else that I pick up in the near future that interests me in enough way to make a video about it. So if you want to see more of that, please let me know. Leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And just stick around. Oh, yeah, hit that bell icon thing. That's helpful. I appreciate that. All right, you take care.